restoring balance unto thee. Do not be afraid, you're a part of saving grace. Do not hesitate, let's reignite your faith. Divine encounters along the line. Divine encounters, our lives designed. I am the oracle Apollo.
Thank you for joining me, the Oracle of Apollo. I am your hostess, and you are watching Divine Encounters. My name is Dominique Rivera. Thank you all for being here. Today is Wednesday night, supernatural story time. Super excited about today's episode. But before we get into all of the meat and potatoes, make sure you have your high quality H2O, because this is not a passive viewing experience, but one where if you play full out, you will shift your energy by the time this show is ended. Make sure you are liking and subscribing, because I'm live streaming, honey, every Wednesday and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And without just letting you guys know, every week we have a winner here on Divine Encounters that receives a personal message from their angels. However, I am doing a big giveaway. Woo! And that big giveaway ends December 22nd. And I am choosing 9 people to share this giveaway with. And we are going to do a live mediumship reading that will air December 26th. So 9 of you will be made into a panel, and we will be bringing your loved ones' messages from beyond into the feed. So make sure that you are sharing, and I am keeping track in my little notebook. Every time you share, you get one little tick on my notebook, and you can share up to 3 times per feed, and 9 lucky winners will be selected for the mediumship reading on the 26th. So super excited for that. Also, if you guys don't know, I have a meetup group. This is totally free. I do a monthly free meditation with you guys to help you elevate your energy and upshift. But all right, let's get into the episode. Yes, but before we do, make sure that you toast to me and I toast to you, to your health, wealth, and prosperity. Super excited. All right, we're going to bring my coach on today. He's going to share with you guys a wonderful supernatural story time. So let's bring him on. Hello, Mr. Loren.
Hello, Loren. First of all, I have a disclaimer. These are wine eyes, not hydrated water or whatever you call it. Chicago, it's late, but I'm glad I'm here. And at 5 o'clock, I was like, give it here. I'm just kidding. No, I have allergies. That's what it is. But wait a minute.
We'll go with that.
Tell me about this episode tonight. What did you say we were doing?
You are sharing your supernatural story time of when you went to Las Vegas.
Oh, that.
That is what we are. We are getting into it tonight. Yes.
Wow, I forgot we were talking about that. Okay.
Yes. So I know it's going to open up a whole lot of things for everybody. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Hey, Angelo. Hey, Shrouder. Nice to see you. Lori Gianetta in the house. Thank you for sharing. Shout out to Lori Gianetta, Lauren, because she comes on every single week and she always shares. So I just want to give her a special shout out. We're so happy that you're here. Lauren, I love to start every single episode with something that we call, well, my second camera just kicked down, but we call this the good news. And it's basically the theme, an energy theme for the week. So let me go ahead and pull this second camera up. And I see that our winner arrived here in the green room as well. We have a winner every single week who receives a special angel message. And he is there in the green room. And Lauren, you're going to know who this is. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but you're going to know who it is as soon as I do tell you, because he also watches Bathrobe Moments.
Robert Brooker.
Yep. That's exactly who it is. How did you guess that?
Huh?
How did you guess that?
Because Robert Brooker, he lives within his purpose. And his purpose is he follows people. He's like an angel, kind of. He follows people that he is led to follow, and he makes sure that he is interactive. And I mean, it's an honor if you have Robert Brooker following.
Oh, it is.
So, it means he
Okay.
really believes in you. So, yeah, I'm glad.
Aw. And we believe in him. So I'm super happy that he's here as well. Hi, Donna, and hi, Colleen. So let's get into the good news real quick here. This is our theme for the week. And I saw this card, and Loren, so you know, Spirit picks these cards, and it's always in alignment with our story. Although I don't choose them, and Spirit does, always in alignment with the story. So I'm interested to seeing what your thoughts are on the message. So to that I say, what's good?
Well,
Okay, so the card for today, is the Knight of Voices. And so you guys know we also have the angel blessing card here of Angel Raphael blessing the collective with enlightenment. So make sure you are claiming your angel blessings there in the comment section below. So the prompt for today is a wing of truth. Wings crashing down on the air to lift her massive body. The Knight of Voices makes the impossible look easy. She is quick to rise and to bring massive speed and momentum to her world. Using wind speed, coordinates logic and gravity, she hoists herself into the air as easily as she were feather light. Or, at the very least, she makes it look easy, which we all know what that means.
yes.
Because her majestic and skillful way of being in the world is both graceful and swift. She swoops in to play the hero again. She wants you to fly ahead with a determination without domineering, because there is no need to flaunt talents or intelligence when you can simply just be in the world.
Yes.
Cut through any nebulous clouds with logic and reason, and communicate your plans clearly as you fly ahead towards your success. And there's a little tiny poem here, and it goes, I calculate the risk. As I calculate this thrive, and I fly ahead determined with the numbers on my side.
A little rhyme.
Little rhyme.
Yeah. Yay.
How do you feel about that, Loren? I like what stood out for me is when something looks effortless, and people think that it's luck when people make things look effortless. What do you think about that?
Luck. No. No. The harder you work, the luckier you'll become. And so that's the only time that works. The thing about it is, it's like we've all heard where they say, when you're living within your purpose, find that passion. You never have to worry about working another day in your life. And it's true. It's perspective. And, when you get to that place where everything you do, you can really say, count it all joy. I count it all joy. And, it's all about remembering that nothing is ever about just one thing. And that's how you find your way to that ooey gooey chewy center I love to call purpose. So how I feel about it.
Thank you for sharing that. That's fantastic. To me, this really speaks a lot, because I feel like I'm in this cycle with this card of taking risks for the big reward. And I know that sometimes we have to do that to get to the bigger aspect of life, or the greater aspect of life, or the unknown, and allow that to nourish us in that unknown. Because we're so afraid of the unknown, when really there's so much to benefit from the unknown. The known is where we get comfortable at.
It's so interesting that you're talking about that. My last coaching session with, I should tag her and get her in here to watch tonight. We were just talking about this in Brandy's session. And the question mark. So many people are afraid. Listen, for me now, that's why, again, nothing is ever about just one thing. The question mark used to scare me, the unknown. But the question mark today, if I don't see a question mark right on the other side of the threshold of opportunity, I go the opposite direction. Because I know that the question mark is everything that is greater than me, that is my co-author in this thing called journey. And I don't want an opportunity where I don't have any questions. That's a setup. Like, I think I already know every damn thing. No. How many times in my life has that worked out when I thought that? Zero. So, right? For real. I'm just saying. So it's like, I welcome with everything, the question mark, because it's proof to me that God is in it.
Absolutely true.
You know
Absolutely
what I'm saying?
true.
Right. Because I need something to work with me. Yeah. So that's it.
Well, speaking about things that are working with us, we like to go ahead before we get into your supernatural story. We're going to do something called the self check. And that is for us to bring awareness to ourselves in this moment. And where are you at energetically? So I'm going to give everybody a moment to just kind of tap in and do a self awareness check from 1 to 10. Where are you at energetically? 1, this is the least amount of energy I could possibly have. 10, this is the most amount of energy I can have. So put that in the comment section below now. All right, Loren, where are you at energetically in this moment?
I'm at a thanks 7.
A thanks 7.
I-
That's great.
Oh, yeah. Because it's not like I didn't want you to think it was lazy 7. No, I'm at, you know, when they say, oh, we've hit a cruising altitude, you know. I'm there because I'm at the end of my day. I feel like I found an E and an R during the day, which is all I concern myself with, and I'm still getting it. I'm able to, I love this, Christopher. Hey, you know, so I'm just saying and I love the number 7.
Fantastic.
Mhm.
I'm good. I feel like this week has just kept me up here like at a 10. So I that's where I've been at. And the funny thing is I've been working harder, not that I've ever worked before, but I've been really burning the late night oil, working on season 3 of Divine Encounters for
All right,
everybody.
you guys. See, that's what she gets for bringing her coach on here. So how you just gonna sit up there and say what you just said?
I'm just going to click myself out of this conversation right now.
No, because she said, oh, it's funny.
Oh yes, I said it's funny.
I work on that.
It's not funny. It is divinely guided. It is within purpose. It is a blessing. It is grateful. I am happy. I am thankful. Not funny. Not funny at all. Oh, y'all getting the spicy side of Loren, the coaching aspect of it real quick.
It's not even that, but listen, that should tell you. It's about the truth never changes.
It's true.
And it never changes on us. So we could be sitting in the White House, I mean, you and I, and that stuff coming out your mouth like that. I mean, hold on. Whoever's talking up there right now, did you just say seriously? And that's what we have to be willing to do.
Yeah.
Principles, we cannot break principles, but we can be broken against them.
It's true. And it's good to keep accountability with your friends as well. And that helps each person that you're with stay accountable for their own energy. And it builds a harmonious relationship. So I do welcome that in my life. So thank you for keeping me in check.
Well, you know why? Let's just be honest, you guys. I just want you to know. Let me tell you something about this one. Talk about the real deal. The real deal. This is what I love about you, Oracle, is that since the moment I first laid eyes on you, you have, and whenever we're doing anything together, I feel like my sword of purpose is being sharpened. I feel like it's being like it's on a stone and it's being sharpened. And ever since I've started having that in my life through you and with you, I have never had to draw my sword. It's a very interesting concept for me because I'm constantly shining it and sharpening it because of what I learned through you and with you, but I never since that moment have had to pull it. It always says this battle doesn't require your sword. Don't even pull it. Don't draw your sword. And I always see the only time I see the sword is when I'm doing something with you.
Wow. What an interesting thing. And it's interesting because the Knight of Voices, that card is actually the Knight of Swords. That's what voices stand for. It stands for in tarot, it stands for the suit of swords. So that's very, yes.
See?
It's so very interesting. All right. So let's jump into this next thing so that way we can get your story on and going.
Okay.
All right. So we did our self-check. So now we're going to invite divinity and energy into our lives for 1 entire minute because we like to raise the vibration and have everybody nice and primed to receive your message today. So I'm going to call in the team. You guys are going to put your palms facing up and we're going to do 1 minute of breathing together in just a second. So get ready. Okay, here we are, ladies and gents. Eyes are closing now. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure your feet are on the ground. And if you are laying, make sure you are not in a C or the fetal position, that you're nice and straight. Okay, breath in. We're going to allow ourselves to bring clarity in since we talked about swords today. And let's just breathe in all the clarity that we need, enlightenment that we need, perseverance that we need, illumination that we need into our lives, and just breathe that into your body. Don't give it a label. Just let it go and flow exactly where it needs to go. And just notice where it's going. Where is the path taking this energy into your body? And on the exhale, you're releasing and giving permission for space to be made for this purpose, for this clarity, for this knowing. Breathing in this again, letting it go, letting go of all labels, objectives. There's nothing to do here in the now but to just be present with that breath and noticing where that breath flows. One more breath in and letting it out. And bringing our palms to touch one another and thanking universe and the angels for the blessings that we are receiving. And then you can open your fingers. You can wiggle your fingers and your toes and opening your eyes. Please do not stand. You can be lightheaded. That is typical. And come back into the here and the now. And before we share about what we felt, I'm actually going to bring Robert on, who's our winner today, and see what he felt back there in the green room. All right, Robert, we are bringing you on, friend. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Loren. Yeah.
Okay, Loren. How were you? How did this go for you, Robert, since you are our winner today?
Well, it sounded like ocean rushing in, and it kept getting louder and louder and louder. And then I started coughing because I have a bit of a cold. But I think it's more than that. But I'm doing that thing so I can be in Stan Mansion at the end of April. So I'm paying a price now, but I'm going to be there.
Yes, you are. I can't
And
wait.
Weekly Dose of Dano's here, and he knows Robert too. So Robert, you're pretty famous here. Everyone's giving a shout out to Robert. And I love that you mentioned the ocean, because what is the ocean when we look at it in a symbolic way? It is something that's coming to us and then gently leaping onto the ground, onto the sand, into the shore, us being the shore, and then taking back with it to distribute back to the ocean. And that's beautiful. I feel a lot of energy moving through you. And of course, the coughing is a clearing. Loren, where are you at in your number now? And what did you feel or see?
Well, how you gonna just come to me when I was all caught up in Robert? I wasn't ready to answer a question. Oh, Lord. See, I'm used to being the host. I know. So you caught me off guard. Can you repeat the question?
Where are you at in your number for self-awareness, and what did you feel during your 1 minute?
Well, okay, I'll be honest with you. I was very self-aware because I was sitting here going through the Las Vegas thing, because you caught me off guard when you said we were talking about that. And it was like things were moving through my spirit about it. So that's where I was. And another part that I'm going to be honest about, I was shocked that as I was in there going, oh my goodness, are we really going to talk about this? It was almost like I could feel like almost like, you know how when you look at heat on a car hood, you can see.
Yes.
It kind of felt like I was kind of going like almost wanting to be afraid about talking about it.
Yes.
And then not. Like if a mirror were to become liquid and just start bending, that's kind of what it felt like was going on. So that's an internal conflict on my part. So I see why we're talking about it.
Right. So it was a trigger for you. It's understandable.
Yeah.
And for myself, I feel like I just feel good. I just feel grateful this whole week, especially working with Dano this week. Hey, Dano. I just feel really grateful, and my heart is just overflowing. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Mr. Robert, I'm going to let you hang out in the green room. I'm sure that somebody's going to come watch that car in a minute. So you just hang out right there. Okay.
We love you, Robert.
We'll see you soon. Oh, wait. Dano wants to ask, Ask Robert where the cat smoking a cigar filter is at. Okay, you're gonna have to
Oh,
answer him there.
on my arm.
And the arm. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robert. We'll see you soon. All right. There, Daniel says they're not ready for season 3. Well, they're going to be ready because we're dishing it out. Okay, Loren, I want you to take us back to Vegas. So take a breath in. You're going to start your whole journey here, and you're going to give us all the details so that people here can recognize what happened.
Anna was there. Why didn't you get him in here too? He was actually there.
You know what? I could invite him right now. Hold on.
Good, because Daniel saw it happening.
I'm going to invite him right now while we do that. You go ahead and you prep your story, friend.
Okay.
We're going to come right back with Loren and possibly Daniel. Let's go. Okay, Loren, it is all you right now, friend.
Oh, what happened to Daniel?
I'm calling him in.
Oh, wait. Let's just talk first.
Let's just talk first.
On it. Okay, there.
He's coming on.
Okay.
So
okay, I'll set it up.
Set it up.
It's August. So see, and this is great because I love this part. This is like the stuff people never get to see that comes with this. And I think it's important that people that get like us who are influencers, that we have, when we get the opportunity to share some of the other things that happen along with everything you see, it's important because it's a reality check to the seriousness of our duties within Journey of purpose, that is. And when you're doing things on purpose, you have to be very careful that you are doing things that you mean.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that because when you get like the experience that I had in Las Vegas, if it hadn't been for me being so comfortable and accustomed to just really like swimming the laps every day within meaning, which means, because the moment we say something and we mean it.
Oh, we lost Loren. He meant it so much, it's just frozen time. But I'm super excited for him to be here and all of you guys at home while he unfreezes. A lot of bandwidth. This takes a lot of bandwidth from all of our computers. I'm clearing still. Is anybody else still clearing from that divine experience? I am clearing and I'm sweating from the divine experience. And there's also energy like coming down into my head. And my number went up to like 10 plus because I didn't even have a number, honestly. And then Lori Gianetta, hello, beautiful, says Sherry McQueen. You guys are also riveted. And remember that we are doing the golden ticket. So make sure that you're sharing this so that way you can get a spot of the 9 seats. I know I said 10 last week, but I was wrong because my camera is included and that's 10 total. So that you guys can come on here and get a mediumship reading panel. And I just lost 2 cameras down there. Angelo says somebody doesn't want something to be heard. I know that's right. It's interesting because sometimes when we're trying to make things happen, we think that if something comes and creates an obstacle for us, we go, oh, okay, well, maybe it's not meant to be. But sometimes it's not that it's not meant to be, but really it's opposing forces, opposing energy, polarity, whatever you want to call it. I'm putting my second camera back on. Whatever you want to call it, that doesn't want us to share the message. It's kind of like, let me dull what you're trying to say. So that way what you are trying to share, that light, that encouragement, that clarity, that enlightenment, that love isn't widespread. So the next time you find yourself encountering an obstacle, ask yourself, who needs to hear this? Who needs to hear this? Who needs to be illuminated by this? Who needs to receive this today? And I see Daniel popping up there. Okay, I see multiple cameras popping up. Hey, Loren, I see your hand.
Oh, that's
welcome
my
back.
phone. Because in Chicago yesterday, the internet was off in the whole city for like 11 hours.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. And it's funny, I was just telling everyone sometimes a polarity or opposing forces try to dull or stop our message from being heard because, it doesn't serve them. And it's not always that something's not meant to be. It could just be something's meant to stop you from realizing your greatest potential. And that's truly the obstacle. So push through it. All right, Daniel's here. Hey, Daniel, bringing you
Oh
on.
my God, I look like I'm in an Alfred Hitchcock movie.
What's
We
going on,
are.
everybody?
Oh,
I'm so grateful to be
Deanna.
here.
Hey.
Thank you for having me right now.
Impromptu
See, yours is
Daniel.
doing it too. Hey, Daniel.
What's going on, everybody?
This is
Now,
weird on my phone.
now, if I add to you, actually, I'm so happy that this actually, Lauren, thank you for doing that. I went to go charge my camera for tomorrow, and the battery wasn't working. Now, I've been charging it for a few days, so if it weren't for you, it would have been all messed up for tomorrow, but thank you.
Oh, wow. There's all kinds of stuff happening here today.
See?
This is a very important story time then. So we started off in August. You were setting it up, Loren.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the thing was, it was really exciting going to the Star Trek convention and all this stuff. And Daniel was going to come, and E360, we got the gig to live stream it. It was just, everything was just perfect. And the first thing was, it was was that Thursday night? The first night, whatever nights we were there, the very first night was the Greta, what was it called? The Gratitude Festival or whatever. And it was a reenactment from an episode of one of the Star Trek shows. And I thought that was going to be like some kind of like almost like karaoke kind of night thing, like no one will be taking it seriously because I'm the guy who is I'm playing that role, blessing people and stuff at the Gratitude Festival. And so, but I took it seriously. I got these little, kids' tattoos that I ordered online that, you just put them on with water and a sponge and stuff on the back of the hand or whatever is where I was putting it. And because the Gratitude Festival in the show, what they would bring their cares and anything that wasn't serving them, and they'd write it on these scrolls. Then they'd drop it in a fire and it'd be burned away.
Mm-hmm.
And so we didn't fire anything, but they were able to tear these scrolls up. And so I used the tattoo thing to celebrate the importance of knowing that the moment we are willing to lay something down that no longer serves us, the thing that is there waiting to serve us instantly appears. And I just thought it was going to be a great little message to just add to a fun time. Mm-hmm. But then it started happening and they started coming up, and I was supposed to interview them and stuff. And I was interviewing them before and after, and we were doing it. And I saw these transformations take place as they tore these pages up, and what they would say. Not only did they just, tear the pages up and throw them into the air, because I would say, throw them now as far as you can across the galaxy. And even though the pieces were fluttering inches from our faces, the things that they had written and said, no longer do you rule me or control me, those things weren't even on those papers as they fluttered to the ground. Those things were gone. And I learned, because I experienced it for the very first time, that forgiveness or change or anything that we decide upon and we mean it, it is, when we really mean it, it's not just saying this is the intention. It's not setting the intention. They sent the intention. So they pulled the arrow back in the bow, but they all released it as they released these things that they professed no longer served them. And what I saw in real time was banishment. The power of banishment, because these people banished things right before my eyes. So that should have been, I got to plug in. I just went, see, there it goes. It says I'm like in the red. So now I got to plug in. Okay. So that right there even tells me anyway, about it had started already. The other side of the veil had been cracked, that sort of thing. But I didn't even realize it at that point. But then that night, that's the first night. Now for me, the big night, I'm thinking all along, that I'd been planning for, rehearsing, working all this stuff. I mean, special music, things I'd never done, all the things I thought I'd been told to do. Because they told me when you go to Vegas, you've only got to do 2 things. And I said, okay, run that. They're like, well, number 1, you must give the world something they've never seen. I was like, okay. And they said, number 2, so now that means you must do something you've never done. I was like, oh, wait, hold on just a second. So anyway, because I'm, to be honest with you, I'm kind of scared about that. Thinking I have to come up with something. Me, who has an intention pen on this desk 2 inches from me. Here, now it's in my hand. That says to remind me every day, not from me, but through me. Doesn't come from me. So that includes things that I'm afraid of, or afraid I'm not ready for, or whatever tries to whisper confusion and conflict. So, but Daniel will tell you that night, because he's up there doing all the recording and stuff. And remember, Daniel, I told you that night after the Gratitude Festival, they were telling me, when I say they, you guys, for those who may not know me, I speak of anything that can do something I can't. So the wind is greater than me. So I'm talking about the wind. Gods and things are greater than me. So I'm speaking to them. Holy Spirit and God and Jesus and anything that's working on my behalf or could have my back, I'm speaking to them. Anything that has a life within it or has an effect on the lives within us, that's who I'm speaking to. So, I started, I think I told you, Dano, first I said, do you know what? They've been telling me that what I came here to do is already happened tonight. I said, they even went as far as saying, if the venue for tomorrow night burned to the ground, or if nobody even showed up, don't go home feeling bad, Loren, because what you were brought here for has already happened.
And I'll tell you this too, if Loren right here, if he was talking like anything that was nonsense, I would be like, Loren, come on now, you're just saying this for the camera, but it really is the God's honest truth. Everything that he's been saying down to a T. And if I could add to that, you made a decision recently that it actually brought me back to that moment in time. And it was when you said, when your soul makes a decision, you don't need anything else to support you. You don't need any motivational music. You don't need to watch any videos.
Right.
It brought me to that point because you see the weight of the world that these people were carrying on their shoulders. You, Loren, were able to alleviate them of that pressure and that pain.
Flow.
And so the first thing is that night, the Gratitude Festival. And for some reason, I'm doing air quotes, but my hands are full. You can't see it. So I'm doing air quotes, which means when I say some reason, I know it was purpose, but I'm just saying all day long, Dana will tell you, I had it on me. I said, I've been instructed to invite a certain amount of people that I don't know to this thing tonight. And so I was on a mission. Dana was with me all day, inviting people. I invited all these people up to the very last. We were out and we had a cabana. We had a cabana at the pool, the little tent and stuff. And they were bringing us drinks and stuff. And, we had good. Everybody else is roasting. We're in Vegas, right? It's hot. It's August, right? You walk across the thing, you hear your feet cooking, right? So we were like, we did that the first day. We said, nope, let's get one of those cabanas. So I said, well, let's invite some people in. And you want to pour into people. And we met a great couple, Jess and what was his name? Jess and I can't think of it. We were just talking to him the other day. He's gonna kill me if he watches this. But anyway, they were there, and at the last second, this couple comes in, and they're walking across, and I was like riveted at the guy, dreads, and he just looked like some kind of a warrior from some Alibaba movie or something. And I said, "My goodness, guy, you really got what my friend Dom Fawcett teaches is known as command presence, which means you can walk in and speak louder than anybody in the room without saying a word." And we were outside, and that's what happened with this guy. I was intrigued, very intrigued. I took it as a sign for all the others. And they were all there that night too, weren't they, Dano?
Yeah.
All those others. But it was a totally different experience with all of them. So fast forward, we come, and I invite him and his girlfriend, and he comes within seconds. I mean, minutes. Within 5 minutes. I never saw her. The girlfriend became deathly ill and actually had to run out of the penthouse where this party was and left him there. So by the time I came up on the elevator from wherever I was, she was already gone. So never saw her since that day at the pool earlier. So he's there, and he's there the whole night, and in the foyer right there at the doors where all the hub of all the movers and shakers is happening. And because remember, this is space industry, so there's all kinds of people here. And he just kept going and going and going. And then we left. That night was over. And I started saying the stuff about what they were telling me about. Everything's already been done. The very next morning, I go have coffee at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Because Dano and I were up gambling that night, remember?
Yeah.
Remember, we won that money.
Yeah.
Remember, we won that money. We won some money that night. We did together, right? And so, hadn't been in bed very long, but I said, I better get up before I get too sleepy or too into it. So I go down to the coffee place, which is a bar, but they had the only place that has coffee outside of that long ass Starbucks line. I wasn't hardly getting in that. Plus, who's going to pay $11 for it anyway? So I'm sitting right there, and I'm not kidding you. I sat down at the corner there because that's a good spot to sit. People coming in and out of the actual convention dressed up like stars, they come right past there. And I wanted pictures for y'all. So that's where I would sit every morning. And here comes, who plops down next to me instantly. As soon as I wasn't there 5 seconds. And he popped that guy from the night before. And he's like, behind these dark sunglasses. And then it dawned on me that he had those same dark sunglasses on the whole time. All the day before at the pool, all that night at the party, that morning. And he had drinks stuffed in his cargo pants and stuff, right? Said he was going to work out. And he just kept pulling. I said, I haven't been to sleep yet. That's kind of looking. I was like, oh. I was like, well, I kind of haven't been, but damn, because he kind of scared me then. Just from, I'm thinking, this guy, sleep deprivation. That wasn't it. Then we're sitting there, and he goes, yeah, so what do you got planned? Da, 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 da. And he stopped. I started talking about what the day had in store, and he stopped, and he went back, and he pulled his sunglasses down. And he goes, I want you to know I never do this. And he pulled his glasses down, and he goes, I said, what? He goes, I never show people my eyes. He goes, but I want you to look me in mine. And I'm like, okay. So I'm looking, okay. And the minute he did that, it all started. All of a sudden, the theme music changed. Everything changed. And I was on full alert instantly, just like that. I realized I was not sitting across from just a regular person. I instantly was told that this was an old entity, an old soul, old, bitter, an axe to grind, and then the download said the healing, the comforting breath flowed immediately, which let me know that I was always more than prepared. Like, shh, don't be like, no reason to be alarmed. Celebrate. The reason we sent this one in it was twofold. It's never about just one thing. When you are moving towards your destiny, that inner golden supreme circle. If any of you have ever read, start reading The Fifth Agreement, and they talk about how we ascend from the warrior plane up to the masters is what you want to do. And that's a hard thing to wrap your mind around. You're like, I want to, is that ego talking? Oh, I don't know. I don't want to say I'm trying to ascend to the masters. I'm scared. Oh, I don't want to say that. But you know what? It doesn't matter what you can say or not. What is greater than us knew that if we knew what we were really going to do, the level, the extent of what we were going to create in our journeys when we accept purpose, if we saw at the beginning on the front end what was on the line, none of us would do it.
Facts.
We would run in the opposite side of the to the opposite side of the universe if we could get there fast enough.
So,
So it's
Loren,
kept.
what was the outcome of him being in that circle
Oh,
with you
Daniel.
guys?
Okay, so now
Because
Daniel's
we
out there.
have 5 minutes.
Okay, we're out there. We go back out there after he tells me who he is.
And you feel
Daniel,
it.
pick it up. Daniel comes out there. Now, Daniel, this is what he saw. Tell him about in the when we were in the tent.
So basically, I had no idea that this entity. So when he revealed that to Loren, me and Brian were actually outside. You know, from our perspective, we were having a good time. We were having a few drinks by the pool. Why? Because remember, you stood a little bit longer, and Brian said, I can't wait for that. So we went outside, and what happens is we got the cabana, and Loren actually decided to order food because we were all hungry, and this was around like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what happens is this guy, he was sent in order to disrupt everything that Loren had going for that day, like years in advance. So what happens is me and Brian get out. So it's kind of like I don't even know how to refer.
Remember how he said something very rude to Brian? And
That's
then
what
Brian thinks that I should like.
Yeah.
This ties into you, Oracle.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it at the beginning, and I didn't even realize it was a tie-in to the story because I didn't know we were going to do the story yet. But I said to you at the beginning of this thing about when I'm with you about the sharpening of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
Brian kept saying, you didn't even defend me. He was rude and this, you know, because usually I'm like, I'm that guy, you know, shit, I've been locked up. Don't play, you know, I'll come out of my bag. Right. I was Aunt Jemima at a party and had to beat somebody up damn near for being all that stuffing came out. Right. Aunt Jemima was ready to go throw down. So what I'm saying is, but Brian expected that. But I heard that whisper. They said, do not draw your sword, Loren.
Mm-hmm.
This battle does not require it.
Mm.
And I kept whispering it. It was that breath that flew over me. And it's the only thing that kept me calm because it wanted me to bite. Because go on, tell them all about that. And then tell them about this. When I was on stage that night.
Yeah. So I'm
about
going to wrap it up really quick.
Yeah.
So what happens is this guy, I think we were there to help Loren because Loren actually took a step back out of the tent. And so this guy was just
because I had banished him.
Yeah.
I was done and I had banished him. So I left and I sent him telepathically.
Right.
He and I were talking telepathically through picture. And I told him, I am getting up and going out of here. By the time I come back, be gone.
Yeah.
And I went out and Dano was still there. Tell him exactly what happened as soon as I left after I banished him.
He had to get in one more jab to try to make everybody uncomfortable. So the cabana is see-through. So he walks around behind the see-through cabana, takes out his you-know-what, and just starts peeing everywhere.
That's how mad that entity was, that he had been banished.
Yeah. Yo, he started peeing everywhere. And then after that, he wanted to get one more lick and then leave. But going back to
animals do that. When they're angry, when they want to get, that's what they do.
In a public place, I'm assuming is a convention center, public place. People are walking in and out, no privacy, in the middle of the day, and just pulls out and pisses.
Yep, right there in front of them, looking through it, and there were women. There were two women.
Yeah.
Beside, there was, in there.
Yeah.
And two men, 4 people looking at him. So you guys, I just, it's like, and they told me this is and the crux of the story is the moral of it was this. They said, you will always be tempted by the best.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because that is the only way you can become your best. Bless them, celebrate them, because they are the obstacle course that leads you to what is next. That's why #haters. When people say praise your haters, this and that, yes, and know that entities will come against you, but look for the promises. Reach for the promises every time, and you don't have to be afraid. I admitted that when you threw that on me, that we're going to talk about that, I was struggling in that little, put your palms together thing. Because I was like reliving it. Everything I just told you guys, him sitting there, him lowering the glass, I was reliving it. And a lot of those original feelings were like pushing against the wall of my reality of now. But it just pushed, it was like, like the memory foam. It pushed, but it didn't puncture. Therein lies the key.
That is a very powerful story, Loren. I'm so glad we were able to get some details out on this, because Loren did share this story on his bathrobe moments, which you guys should go check out here in the E360 TV network. However, when I tuned in, he didn't get into the details, and I knew it was because there was a little bit of triggering there. So I'm
it was
grateful
too raw
for
back then. Yeah.
I'm so grateful for your courage to speak up and let everybody know about this story and how these things can unfold and how to take your power back, most importantly.
Yeah. It's always there. You just have to flip the switch. We always have it. It's like a breaker. Maybe you blew a fuse. Maybe you just know where your breaker box exists. Have an emergency plan to get to it and get your hands on there and flip that switch and everything's going to be okay. All the lights come back on. Absolutely
true. Thank you both for being here. I'm going to pop you guys back in the green room for just a
Bye.
second. No, don't go nowhere. You stay right there.
Oh,
okay. All right, stay there. All right, everybody. You guys know it's time for the Apollo games. We're going to bring Robert back up, Daniel back up, and Loren in just a second. And then we're going to get into the Midweek Collective check-in, as well as Robert is going to be getting his, of course, personal angel reading. So let's play the Apollo games. Okay, gents and ladies, the question is, make sure you're paying attention. Where am I going to reveal?
Where am I about to reveal? Arizona, Canada, France, Brussels. Comment below now.
Okay, you guys heard the lady. It was Arizona, France, Canada, or Brussels. Where am I about to reveal? Put your prediction in the comment section below now. Okay, my friends, we're going to start right here at the top corner. What is your prediction, Loren?
What are the choices again?
Arizona, France, Canada, and Brussels.
Where's Brussels?
Belgium? Yeah, Belgium.
I'd say it's there. I was thinking Arizona for some reason, but those doors look like they're in a foreign country.
All right, roger that. What about you, Dano?
I was gonna say the same thing, but I think you just recently. I'm not gonna say.
Right, that's what I was thinking too, Dano.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to all of these places, so you can go ahead and predict.
All right, I'm gonna say the same thing. I'm gonna say Brussels.
Okay, Robert, how about you? We gotta make this quick.
I'd say Canada.
You say Canada. All right, I love it. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. And if you win today, you're going to get from me, the Oracle of Apollo, a social distancing high five. Let's see what the answer is.
Where am I about to reveal? Arizona, Canada, France, Brussels. Comment below now. Reveal time. Did you predict Brussels?
Good job, everybody. Social distancing high five. Hey!
What? It was Brussels?
Yeah. It was Brussels.
Okay.
So good job, everybody. Got the Belgium question right. All right. So we're going to jump very quickly into the Midweek Collective Energy Check-In. My gents, please stay where you are, as I would like to know your thoughts. And this is basically just the energy recap or what's to come for the rest of the week. So let's get into it.
There is a button. It's a very sexy button. It says subscribe on it. I wish I could click on it, but YouTube won't let me.
All right, we're going to go into the Midweek Collective. This is what we need to know for the rest of the week. We are in a cycle of release. Archangel Azrael is assisting us in this moment. This is the end of a phase or a situation, spiritual transformation, time to move on. So if things are feeling easy to move forward, If things are feeling easy to move forward, that is because spirit are helping you right now. Angels are assisting you and elevating you, letting you know what you are bringing into the here and the now is because like attracts like. Your vibrational frequency is rising. So therefore, you are manifesting through your vibration. All right. And then this is what we need to let go of. The next card right here is that luck is on your side. And what I want to akin this to is if you are always prepared, you never need to prepare. And this is how luck is transforming our lives. It comes in there with just a little gentle nudge of assistance, but you also have to do the work. We have here the animal totem. Stop trying to make something happen. I love this card because you know what is for you will always be for you. And windows of opportunities may come and close, but more opportunities will come. And if you are in alignment through your being, spirit will bring to you exactly what it is that you need to manifest. So there's nothing actively you need to be doing other than being present and being. And then here we have for the last card, we're going to receive the message from heaven. If you so need a message from heaven, I have become one of your guides. So this is saying your ancestors have allowed themselves to become one of your guides and assist you, which is fantastic because we get ancestors from all types of aspect in our lives. Sometimes our ancestors are the best financial ones or the best creative ones, but they are allowing you to be a part of your life. And then we're going to have the angel blessing very quickly. We have Angel Michael blessing the collective with safety. So make sure you're claiming your angel blessings in the comment section below. Oh, look at this. We got 2 Angel Michaels and they're both safety. Yes, yes. So claim that. And you guys know what I say when I see 2 angels that are the same angel. I said what I said and I mean what I said, and there's nothing else to be said. So make sure you're claiming that in the comment section below right there. And just real quickly, if Mr. Robert, you want to give us like a 1-minute thought on what we have happening here with these angels and these cards for the week?
All I can say is when you know why you're here, and you tell this to people, it might sound crazy. And usually the state I'm in when I actually tell people, I look crazy, but it doesn't change what I say. It remains the same. So the truth doesn't change, no matter what kind of emotions you're going through. Just ride them out. And
thank you for that, Robert.
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Dano.
Yeah, so what I'm going to say is 2 things. Number one, I remember we had we're going to film season 3. Erica told me, stop trying to make something happen. So that was, that really got embedded into my head. And number 2, it's like Loren just said, he knew that he was protected from that evil force or that entity, whatever you want to call it, down in Vegas. So now, if he can do it, and now we just got the double angel with the same safety, then that means you're okay too. So have the confidence to do whatever you want to do.
Love it. And Mr. Loren, your thoughts?
Oh, you did.
We can't hear you, Loren.
Well, I don't know that.
Well,
There
you
we
go.
are. There we are.
Huh?
You're good.
Oh, because when I came back from being booted off. Okay, so really quickly, confirmation. When I see the double thing like that, instantly it was like, here. I second that emotion. Agreement. It's the promise being fulfilled of where 2 or more of us comes together. Everything starts to make sense, clarity, all of it, purpose, you guys. So yeah, for me, it was like ding, ding.
Fantastic. That's perfectly said. Thank you, Loren. And we are here because the next aspect of this is going to be for Mr. Robert. Mr. Robert, are you ready? This is your official second reading here in Divine Encounters because you have one before.
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right. Love the enthusiasm. Let's go. We have the Lover's card. Intimate relationships. Carefully weigh your decisions and good health. When I see the Lover's card, is usually about making choices and about sacred unions. It doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic partner. It could be a platonic person. But this also feels like something is gaining momentum and becoming more close. This could also be a relationship with yourself and bringing love into your own self. This is Archangel Raphael. This is what you need to know. That make sure that any choices that you make, you weigh all decisions in regarding to love and see them through love. Here is the next card for you. This is how we can grow, or how you can grow, Robert. Never judge another. So if you're in a point right now where you are weighing your decisions through the lens at which you have, recognize to not judge another person, because there's a lot of things behind the scenes that we normally don't see, that people keep quiet about themselves or about their past. So don't judge another person here, because it's going to just obscure what really is meant to be, and that is always love. Adjustments are required, Robert. So there are some things here. If it's your lens, if it's your approach, if it's an action, there's some things here that you have to adjust. But that is a very powerful notion, because it's saying you have the power to do it. It's not something you have to wait on. It's something that you can act on today. And then we have your animal, Robert. Your animal is ask for what you want. I love this. You have the lion. Be courageous. The lion energy is saying you can have it all, but being courageous sometimes means being soft. Sometimes it means acting from love. Sometimes it means being gentle and not forcing something. So be courageous in what you do and in the manner in which you move, Robert. And then finally, we have your message from heaven, from your ancestors, is I always give you a kiss goodnight. So if for some reason you feel like you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're being touched, or falling asleep and being touched, this is your ancestors letting you know that they are with you. And what are your angel blessings coming up here on the horizon? Remembering these are not messages, but actual blessings being expedited into your energy field. You have happiness with Angel Daniel, which I absolutely love, especially if you make the necessary adjustments in your life, because happiness is a choice. And you have Angel Ariel blessing you with unity. And again, we saw that unity energy in that first card with the lovers saying, which is a sacred union. So I hope this serves you today, Robert. And do you have any statements on this very quick reading that you got today?
Sounds good to me. It's very welcome. It couldn't be more welcome, as a matter of fact, today. I was about to lose it until you sent me that message.
Aww.
So I'm very grateful.
Oh, that's beautiful. And do you claim your blessings today, Robert?
I claim my blessings.
Let's go. Fantastic. Thank you, everybody, so much for being here. Loren, do you want to give us a little brief Jerry Springer thought as we close this feed out today?
I just want to say to you guys, everybody out here, remember, a lot of twists and turns have taken place over decades and millennia and everything to get us all here right now. So if you've been impacted, touched, blessed, poured into in any way, shape, or form tonight, look back over your shoulder to the life you've lived and bless everyone that ever hurt you, that tried to betray you, or said something that was a lie against you, or tried to stop you, or didn't believe in you. When you were invisible, when you were silent, just know that every one of those moments led you to us here tonight and us to you. So
thank you, Loren. How about you, Mr. Dano? You want to pour out anything before we head out?
Yeah, two things. I want to piggyback off of Lauren about moment. Every moment we have the chance and the power to be somebody that we know we should be. So don't let past ideas, ideas, experiences, don't hold on to them, just let them go. And starting now and to the next moment, you can be who you want. And number two is just always read between the lines. There's stuff that's happening all the time. So just make sure that everything that you're going through right now, find the connections.
Thank you, Dano. I hope you all receive these blessings and love and trust, and recognize that sometimes even an act of courage is something like just looking inside of yourself. There's always a risk in that, because we might find things that don't suit us and that we don't want. But if we look at them with soft eyes and through the lens of love, we will always persevere. May you all go in love, light, and wisdom to know thyself, love thyself, and remember the divine always has your back. See you Sunday. Ciao.